So our first example, 9x squared minus 4y squared plus 90x plus 32y plus 197 equals 0. We're going to find the center, the major and minor axes, the location of the foci, and we're going to find the equations of the asymptotes. We're going to add that in there. So we'll find the equations of the asymptotes. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reorganize and complete the square so that I can get this into my x minus h quantity squared over a squared. And then in this case, we're going to have a negative 4y squared. I think I'm going to put a little question mark there. Y minus k quantity squared over b squared equals 1. Now I put a question mark there because you're going to see why I'm thinking and not absolutely certain. So let's get started. 9x squared plus 90x. I'm going to have to factor out that 9 minus 4y squared plus 32y. I'm going to have to factor out that negative 4 equals negative 197. I'm going to factor out the 9. That's going to give me 10x, and then I get to complete the square. Half of 10 is 5. 5 squared is 25. 25 times 9 is 225. So we're going to add 225 onto the right-hand side of the equation. And then we're going to factor out the negative 4, and 32 divided by negative 4 is negative 8. And half of 8 is 4, and 4 squared is 16. And then 16 times negative 4 is a negative 64. 16 times 4 is 64 today. So what did we do? We added 225, but then we subtracted 64. So you can see positive 225 minus 197 minus 64 is going to give us a negative number. That's negative 36. So 9 times the quantity x plus 5 squared minus 4 times the quantity 4 minus y minus 4 squared equals negative 36. We're going to divide each term by negative 36 and look at what happened. My x squared is going to become negative. So I'm going to have a negative x plus 5 quantity squared over 4 plus y minus 4 quantity squared over 9 equals positive 1. So our vertex is negative 5, 4. This x being negative tells me that it's going to open vertically. Our major axis and our minor axis. So our major axis is going to be 3, and it is a y radius. The minor axis is 2, and it is your x radius. And the only difference is major is the longer one and minor is the shorter one. And now we have to figure out what c is. So c is going to be the square root of 4 plus 9, which is 13. The square root of 13 is approximately 3.6. So let's start plotting this. Left 5, up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's our center. We've got an x radius of 2, right 2, left 2, a y radius of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And you can see where we're getting this, 2 squared, 3 squared. I'm going to draw my rectangle using a straight edge. Need to make sure we use that straight edge. And then our slope is up 3, right 2. 1, 2, 3, right 2, 1, 2, 3, right 2, and down 3, left 2. 1, 2, 3, down 2, 1, 2, 3, down 2, and we'll draw a straight line going through all of those points. I'm going to try and move it just a little bit. There we go. Beautiful. And we'll do the same thing over here. Up 3, left 2, up 3, left 2, up 3, left 2, down 3, right 2, down 3, right 2, down 3, right 2. Use our straight edge. Try and go through all of those points. And it opens vertically. So at this point right here and at this point right here, those are the vertices. It's the vertex of each part of the hyperbola. Now our berry, which is our foci, they're going to sit inside that bowl. So our berries I already said they were going to be green, are going to be 3.6 units away from the center. So 1, 2, 3.6. So remember what I like to do. I like to see negative 5, 4. So I'm still going left 5, but I'm going to add 3.6 to 4. So I'm going to have, let's make this green. I'm going to have foci at still negative 5, but 4 plus 3.6 is 7.6. So negative 5, 7.6, and negative 5, and then I'm going to take 4 and subtract 3.6, which is going to give me 0.4. And that is our hyperbola. One last thing we want to do is find those asymptotes. So my asymptotes have slopes of positive 3 over 2 and negative 3 over 2. Positive 3 over 2 and negative 3 over 2. Now my positive 3 over 2, highlight the one I'm going to do first, the positive 3 over 2, I don't quite know what that y-intercept is, but I do know points that are on that line. So I know that it definitely goes through negative 5, 4. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to say y minus 4, it goes through that center of the rectangle, negative 5, 4, so y minus 4 equals 3 over 2 times x minus a negative 5 is x plus 5. So this is one asymptote. And the other asymptote is y minus 4 equals negative 3 over 2 times x plus 5. Same thing, but just with a negative slope. And you can do that anytime. If you've got a slope and a point, that's why it's called point-slope form. So using lots of skills that you have used for many years now in math to do this problem. It seems like a lot, but after the next example, I think you're going to feel pretty comfortable with doing this math on your own.